Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a great day. We just got ourselves a brand new console mod drop in Baldur's Gate 3, and I think there's a mod here for everyone. Now, we also got a mod that literally just released on PC, so it's crazy to see the fast turnaround on here, and I think it's one that a lot of people are going to enjoy. And we also got ourselves a new subclass, as there hasn't been any new class or subclass in a little while. This is exciting to see. So let's just get right into things here. The first thing that I want to show off is the new subclass. So this is the Way of the Totem Knight 2.0. This is a monk subclass. What this ends up looking like, it's a kind of like nature-based version of the monk itself. So with this, you got the Way of the Totem Knight here, and you got different choices in your cantrips as well as your spells here. So you got things like Enhanced Leap and Long Strider. We also get to choose a totem mark. So this gives you different resistances, like different spells and different abilities here. Like the boar gives you the strike like the boar, which does psychic damage, and then gives you a number of different spells. This is a fun one. I'll go a little bit more in detail on this a bit later in the video. I just want to get through some of the mods that I think people have been waiting for. Now, this one is huge. We got ourselves the Chaos and Control Sorcerer Equipment mod made by Graphic Fade. I love this mod. It's a must-have download for anyone that's a Sorcerer fan. It gives us a bunch of items that are very unique and kind of play well with the sorcery points. I'll go over this a bit more in detail a little bit later on. Again, I just want to get through all these mods to show off the great things that came with this. But it comes with 33 different items, and you can see here they got some very powerful abilities allowing you to draw from sorcery points. This one allows you, when you cast a spell, a random beneficial effect applies to the caster and allies within 9 minutes or 9 meters, and it gives you the Chaos Ball cantrip. I'll go over this in a little bit more detail in a moment. I just want to get through these mods, but this mod was released February 26th, so this is a fast turnaround. We got ourselves this mod, and I have a little sneaking suspicion we will see the Paladin mod come to console as well here, so this is huge. We also got ourselves the DLC Items Remastered mod. This is so cool. Anyone that's played Divinity Original Sin 2 knows Larian's the best developer out there. This mod will add in a few different items. Unfortunately, I had it working, but having some issues because I'm also on patch 8, the stress test. So it was having some issues with working properly, but the items that you get the Mask of the Shapeshifter, which if you have the deluxe version of this game, you already get this. It's kind of funny they're giving this out because it's the incentive to buy the deluxe edition is these items. Basically, the Mask of the Shapeshifter gives you a free ability to change into any other character. Like you get a free shapeshift spell. It also gives you the Shapeshifter's boon, so a 1d4 bonus to checks. Change your appearance with a shapeshift. You also get Speak with the Dead, Speak with Animals, and Detect Thoughts. So this is actually a better version than the one that you get the deluxe edition. I still recommend getting the deluxe edition just to support Larian and their amazing work on this game. But it also gives you like the Lute of the Merryweather Bard. So these are some items that you would get normally, but enhanced. So this one gives you the ability to play Song of Grace as a true master. I have used these mods in the past. Previously, I think I did a couple videos actually talking about this. This gives you like a +1 to charisma. Some nice abilities. So this is basically a loot from Divinity Original Sin 2. You also get the Cape of the Red Prince, which will give a bonus to charisma saving throws, make an opportunity attack on an enemy, and a bonus action. Use a bonus action to attack with the butt of your weapon, gain an extra opportunity attack when the enemy moves into your range, and you get the Demonic Stare, deals 2d8 necrotic damage and frightens your target, and also get resistance of fire and poison damage. You also got yourself the Needle of the Outlaw Rogue. These all have unique appearances as well, by the way. I just want to point that out. And the Bicorn of the Sea Beast, beast item in Divinity Original Sin 2. You also get the Pack Leader's Ring. These are a bit enhanced from what they normally are, but this mod made by Omen Corsair is a pretty solid one. So yeah, this is great for if you're a fan of Divinity Original Sin 2. You can see here the different items. So depending on each of the characters, they all have unique appearances, and they also have some cool abilities that come with them. So definitely recommend this one if you're a fan of anything related to Larian Studios. This is definitely a must try. Also, this is cool. We got ourselves Wild Shape unlocked. This is great for any Druid fans out there because this totally enhances how you play the Druid. This gives you the ability to cast Moonbeam and move it around while in your Wild Shape, as well as move Call Lightning around and Sunbeam. So some of the most damaging spells from the Druid list you can now control while you're in bear form or whatever form you may be in. This gives us a lot of new options, and it's great. I love using the Air Myrmidon because of the shocked attack, but we also get the choice of using like Call Lightning too with that, so that's cool. And your Action Surge can also be used while Wild Shape, and you can enter Rage while Wild Shape, and Natural Recovery can be used while Wild Shape. So pretty cool. I also have done a build video for a level 20 Halson build, which would work perfectly here because I added in the Bearheart Barbarian because you can Rage, get that extra damage reduction, and then there's all these fun extra abilities that you can apply, like the Action Surge because I put 2 levels of Fighter in there. So this is awesome. Tyson Maniac 1 is the creator of this. Great mod, and especially perfect for Druid fans. Now we also got ourselves a few different mods that enhance summons, which obviously relates to the Druid as well, but this is permanent summons mod made by the Orc of the Minty Mounta. So this is a mod that just basically makes it so that summons will persist through a long rest. So whenever you summon in a summon, it'll disappear afterwards, and that's kind of sad because I'd love to bring up a whole horde of a bunch of enemies to protect our team with. This makes it so that they will last longer. And it also makes some different changes. So includes the Find Familiar, Animate Dead, Create Undead, which is nice because you can just continually animate a bunch of dead. And there's some place in the game where you can just summon in a ton of them. So that's really cool. And you can see here, pretty strong. It's great. I love summons, so this enhances them. We also got, this is a cool one, the Evil Deity Shard unlocked with dialogue options. The big thing here, I'm feeling that people will kind of be upset because we already got some other deity mods, but this one unlocks the dialogue options for if you had Shar as your deity. This will work alongside paladins and clerics. Obviously, you're going to have the cleric levels or a mod that enhances or allows that, but this may conflict with mods that make changes to the default races. It's now live, made by Tiro Lemus, and this is awesome. Evil Deity Shar unlocked with dialogue options. This is perfect, and I know a lot of people wanted to play through something like this. Perfect for an evil run if you want to go with DJ Shadowheart. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it's awesome. We also got ourselves the critical ring, and this does exactly what you would imagine it to. It reduces the number you need to roll a critical hit by 19. So this is a 95% increase to number that you can hit a critical hit. You normally have a 5% chance of hitting a crit, so this now gives you a 100% chance. Made by Michael Stead. This is great for if you want to, go full in on a crit build and you just love cheats. This is perfect. The Cheater's Ring, however, will also do this. So if you want to cut down on the number of mods that you have downloaded, the Cheater's Ring kind of is a catch-all for a lot of these things, but still kind of cool if this is just what you're looking for. We also got ourselves more Spore Druid circle spells. So again, druids are eating today. This makes it so that you get the Ray of Sickness, Ray of Enfeeblement, Vampiric Touch, and Stinking Cloud. I don't know why it's censored there. As circle spells are always prepared for Spore Druids. So you can now make Stinky Clouds. You can crop dust people walk by with your stinky attacks. Pretty cool. I love the Spore Druid. I think it's one of the most underrated classes in Baldur's Gate 3. This mod was also made by Chiz Freak. You may recognize some of the other mods that they made, like the College Enhanced Bard or the Eldritch Enhanced. They do make a lot of different reworks and visual auras for paladins, which I think is an awesome mod. So Chiz Freak's done a lot of great things. We also got Prismatic Arrows. There's the Prismatic Smite. This basically just adds a 1d4 of every damage type to your attacks. This can be cool. I mean, it's a spell for the rangers, so the arrow many colors. Upcast the arrow means more damage, increase the area of effect, and throw creatures further. That's not exactly what it looks like, but yeah, it adds one of each damage type. Pretty cool. So yeah, this mod was made by John 4XOR. And yeah, they also have that Prismatic Smite here, which will likely come to console as well, because this is one of the very first mods that was on the mod manager. So I have a feeling we'll see that one because this one came out roughly the same time. So just wait, we'll probably see the Prismatic Smite. Now this is cool. We got Posse Libre's Color Me Blind, a blindness mod made by Posse Libre. This adds a bunch of new eye colors to the game that are focused on, being kind of like Orin's eyes. I think these look great. So if this fits your character creation, this is perfect. So yeah, I'm a big fan of cool character creations. This actually works well too if you go with one eye of different colors. I think this is awesome. I'm all for character creation mods, and we actually got a few really good character creation mods, which we'll be getting to. So yeah, thanks for your ears there. Anyways, we also got ourselves another Posse Libre Fair Eye Color collection. So this adds in some more eye colors, and adds 30 new ones. You can see them all here. I won't go into the game to show them all off because you can just see them right here. And I was having some issues with getting mods to work properly because I already have like 50 other eye mods installed. So you can see here some nice neutral colors, nothing too enhanced. I prefer going with the crazy bright colors. So I like the Rox's other eye collection. That's typically one of my favorite mods, but hey, you can see here, this looks great on a lot of different characters. So definitely encourage you to try this out, especially Dragonborns. They look great on Dragonborn. So yeah, that's pretty cool. We also got ourselves the Boots of Legendary Mobility. Steadfast, you can't be forcibly moved by a foe's creature or foe's spells or actions, and you ignore difficult terrain. When scoring a critical hit, movement speed is restored to the maximum. Can't be webbed, so you can't slip around, and gain freedom of movement, supreme haste, and supreme misty step, and a +1 to athletics, acrobatics, and dexterity saving throws. This mod is made by Lucky Rim here. It's just nice, I guess. There's a few different boots that do certain parts of this, and now having them all enhanced into one is kind of nice, especially if you get crowd controlled often. Now this is cool. Salty Shay is wooden dice set made by Sultry Shay. Sultry say, my bad. Not salty. This adds wooden dice. They look amazing. This is actually another mod of mine that I like as far as the dice mods go. There's a few really nice looking ones, and this is just another one there. So yeah, this just makes them look wooden, and I think that's cool because it's more natural. It feels just normal to be in Baldur's Gate 3 with wooden die like this. So yeah, shout out to Sultry Say. They've made some other great mods too, like the Boo Dice. And they had like a winter themed one. They had the Christmas dice set. I remember this from holiday time. I was talking about this mod quite a bit. So yeah, we also got ourselves the Better Companion stats. This is a quick and dirty mod replacing the ability presets for all vanilla classes with the 24 limit. So bringing Jaehaera and Minsk somewhat closer to their canon stats and making vanilla males reasonable strength scores. A bit higher for Astarion Will, much higher for Halston, and Gale remains the same. If you remember, most of the guys only have like 8 to 10 strength, and people like Karlach and Lae'zel have way higher strength scores. So I guess this is just rebalancing that a little bit. I don't know. This could be for you. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe you won't. It's one that I'll probably skip out on because you can always just go to Withers and respec. It also replaces the Elves default cantrip from Firebolt to Minor Illusion, and I think that's great because using intelligence for casting Firebolt means it's missing most times, and getting a Minor Illusion is just a really good spell because you can group enemies together before you go jump them. Now we also got ourselves the Ritual Knock. This spell is extremely useful in Act 2. You can knock open some of the doors there that you may have not known that you could do that to, and that really enhances your run through the Shard Temple. So yeah, this just makes it so it's a makes Knock a ritual spell. So that's nice. We also got BFR, Wild Shapes as ritual spells. So on the ritual train, this makes it so that you can just wild shape without costing your wild shape charges if you're outside of combat. I actually think that's a nice change because it sucks to have to refresh your wild shape charges as they can burn through. And if you're playing your main character as a druid, if you go talk to someone, you unshape and then you reshape, you lost a wild shape charge. This removes that. So I think this is an awesome mod made by Catlix here. Also, slightly deadlier summons. So, as I said, summons are a very crucial part of the druid experience, and summons got a nice buff here. The druid's got a nice buff, and we got a monk that's like a druid. Pretty cool day. So this gives them like Misty Step on some abilities. Some of them get like the backhand, which does psychic damage on the mage hand. So you can get your mage hand to go psh, 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 psh. And I think it actually works pretty well. Also, the Conjure Cat will get a few different benefits there. And then your Guardian of Faith will look a lot nicer here. And also you got like the Imp, which will get a bit more health. So yeah, almost all the summons gain a slight boost to their attributes by 50 to 100%. Guardian of Faith can now move and use lesser Misty Step. So it's nice because they normally just stay in place and become useless most times. Mage can backhand and cause emotional damage. Yeah, so this mod was made by CH. They've made a lot of other mods like the Better Summons, Better Slayer, which is also on console. So yeah, slightly deadlier, nothing too overpowered. It's just fun. And Mass Healing Word 2024 Player's Handbook version, mod made by Travelers Trinkets UK. Updates Mass Healing Word from a 1d10 or 1d4 at third level to a 2d4 at third level, increasing by 1d4 each level, and changes from Evocation to Abjuration. Nice. This is similar to, again, the 2024 Player's Handbook in Dungeons and Dragons. Also, Rocks Extra Freckles. I know a lot of people are excited for this one because I've had people say, hey, I'm really freckly and I want to recreate myself in Baldur's Gate 3 and I can't. What do I do? Now you can do this. This mod made by Rocks Airy. As I mentioned previously, I love their mods. They made a lot of really great ones, like the Rocks as Everyone Can Glow, the Rocks Vivid Aquarelles, a lot of different customizations. I also really like the Rocks as Everyone Glow. It's probably my favorite mod of theirs. And we also got ourselves Surahura Skin Color Compendium. This just adds a bunch of new colors so you can make your characters look exactly how you want. Again, I'm all for these different customization mods because there's so many different ways you could play a tiefling and all the other races. So as you can see there, 42 different colors, and yeah, they all look great. So yeah, if this is something you're looking for, Surahura made this mod. Great mod. And we also got ourselves Shadow Step Improved. Teleport from shadow to shadow. Afterwards, you get advantage on your next melee attack roll. Monk Shadow Step no longer costs a bonus action, only costs 1 key point and can be used once per turn. The Dark Justiciar Boots version now costs a bonus action instead of an action, can be used once per combat instead of once per short rest. This is great because Shadow Step is a very cool spell that's underrated just because Misty Step does the same thing almost, but this won't give you advantage on your next attack roll. Pretty nice. This mod is made by Sauron 154. And yeah, now we'll get into the showing off the class. I'll briefly show off the sorcerer items. I've touched on it in a couple other videos, so I don't want to go too heavy into it, but you have to have Fade's equipment distribution. This will give you a lot of cool items like the light crossbow of Spellstorm, which sorcerers get light crossbow proficiency, and they typically don't use their crossbow. So with this one, with the start of combat, the crossbow activates, causing bolts of energy to lash out. For 3 turns, whenever a creature attacks you, they take 1d4 of force damage. So this is nice. It's just a small little change, and I think it's nice and worthwhile taking. You also get the inner tap, Staff of Arcane Resonance here. So whenever you equip this, this gives you, as a bonus action, you can activate the staff to gain sorcery points equal to your charisma modifier. So you can get upwards of 7 sorcery points. Pretty nice. And then so we got like +1 to bonus to spell save DC. What I like about graphic fades mods is some of the items are pretty strong, but some of them are also just fair and not too intense. This mod here, the Essence Weaver Gloves. Once per turn when dealing force, radiant, or psychic damage, you can spend half your charisma modifier to the damage. So I can add a little bit extra damage to it, and it's great on magic missiles, as you can imagine. That's why you don't get to add your full charisma modifier. Then you get some cool rings, like when casting a spell and using at least 1 sorcery point, you have a 30% chance to replenish it. For every sorcery point you've unused, your spell damage equals +1 damage. This bonus damage can be applied up to a maximum of 20 damage. Pretty crazy, because some spells can actually hit really hard with this. You got the Pocket of Sorcerer's Sand, and you clutch a handful of sand from this pouch and weave your magic. A sand empowers you, allowing you to use a sorcery point without expending it. So yeah, you can see here a lot of cool different abilities and items. I'll go to the Act 3 ones here. So this one allows you to draw upon its infinite magic reserves of sorcery points. So this one basically per turn can give you a bunch of sorcery points. Pretty good. And this ring here, you can only play it as a sorcerer. So basically what this ends up doing is you get the Chaos Ball, which is like the Chaos Orb spell from Dungeons & Dragons, but it does every damage type. So you can go ahead and launch that out. Boom! Lots of stuff going on. And yeah, that gave me the haste for 3 turns. That's funny. It's causing a bunch of issues now, and whoa, came on. Yeah, Will just turned into a elemental. Yeah, that's the thing with sorcerers, is some crazy stuff can happen. Jahara got mirror image. Will's now back to normal. Yeah, that was pretty funny. And back to the way of the Totem Knight, Wunk. So you got your choice of cantrips here, your choice in spells, and the totem mark. So the bear gives us the mark of the bear, temporary gain the strength of a steadfast of a bear, using 3 key points, and the strike like a bear, doing 1d6 + 2 psychic damage, and nearby allies are healed and allowed to get away. You also get the resistance cantrip, cure wounds, warding bond, mass healing word, and death ward. And these will all use spell slots, so they kind of, I'll show you what that ends up looking like. Should have showed off the other ones there, but you do get spell slots as you level up, so you can use those, and you also got the key points, so it's kind of an interesting way of doing it. But each of those has their own different spells. So the steadfast of the bear, whenever you apply this will give you advantage on constitution and wisdom saving throws, and you have disadvantage and attacks with disadvantage against you, and your weapon attacks deal additional 1d8 force damage. Pretty cool. And I went over the boar already, but this gives you the mark of the boar, and also the ability to strike like a boar. The deer will also give you the strike like a deer, and makes the target vanish from sight. And then you also get like the haste spell and dimension door. The dragon gives you the strike like a dragon, doing psychic and thunder damage. Cool combination. You also get the true strike, the worst spell in the game. You also get shatter and a staggering spite attack, which is kind of cool. And then you also get the eagle form here, strike like an eagle, become immune to mental and emotional effects, and you get the freedom of movement. The snake, you can do the strike like a snake, doing psychic damage, and they become unavailable to cast spells. Then you also get the confusion spell. The tiger gives you the strike like a tiger, it's compelled to fight you, and you also get the spirit guardians, guardian of faith, and spiritual weapon, so that's obviously very strong in itself. And then you also get strike like the wolf here, which gives you counter spell and greater invisibility. So I'll show off the tiger one here. We'll just burn through the levels just to show you what this ends up looking like. At level 6, you get the subclass feature Tandem Totem. You can spend 2 key points to cast a spell as a bonus action instead of an action. So kind of like a sorcery point style way of working things. This sorcerer's quicken spell. You also get some next level spells, so like magic weapon, enhance ability, pass without trace, and moonbeam. And once you make it to level 11, you get the improved extra attack. Obviously, that's quite strong. So this class is meant to be a bit more powerful. It's not broken. I'd still actually say the open hand monk is better. Because the open hand monk has a bonus action ability that's just completely crazy. So it seems overpowered, but it's actually not. So yeah, it's a strong class nonetheless. But yeah, you got like the elemental weapon, we got the strike like a tiger, and then we go into our tiger form. So this will give us the mark of the tiger. So advantage on attack rolls and on strength and constitution saving throws, and also deal additional 1d8 force damage on our attacks. So yeah, you got that nice extra bonus to your flurry of blows, but still, if you use the the like open hand monk can actually hit over 100 damage on a bonus action. So yeah, that is a pretty solid console mod drop. I think there's something here for everyone. So yeah, it's worth giving a shot. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.